Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to just take a second to talk a little bit about a question that I get about gaining weight and how do you go about it, and is it as easy as just eating a lot of food? Well, I think it runs a little bit deeper than that, so I wanted to give some insight on the topic. When I was a teenager, I was very underweight. I remember being like 14 years old and weighing 74 pounds. That number just stands out in my brain because I was really tired a lot. I was, just small, but I was really tall, I was really, really skinny, literally skinny. And a physician had told my parents that it was essential that I started gaining weight. And I just wasn't hungry. And I remember the doctor looked at me and wrote on a prescription, drink lots of milkshakes, eat lots of ice cream, and get a weight gainer. And to be honest with you, at that point in time, that was like the spark that was the beginning of using some supplements and starting to really become educated about nutrition. So fast forward 20 something years later, I weigh now a little over 200 pounds. I usually will teeter around 200, but my goal is to go a little bit above that. So how do I do that, and how can it help you, for those of you that are interested in gaining weight? First of all, it's very important to understand that it is a process, and you have to be in tune with your body chemistry, how your metabolism works, what resonates most with you. What works for somebody else may not work for you. You may have to modify that, but it doesn't hurt to get some insight. One of the things that's really important just to remember is that you have to eat more calories than your body burns. So if you're really active and you work out a lot, or you're really active in your daily routine, whether that be your job or you're just an active person, you have to take in more calories than your body's burning off for you to start building muscle size and density and weight. If you don't do that, if you just maintain, or if you fall below that, you're going to lose weight or you're going to stay the same. So it's really important that you push your caloric intake to the point where you start to build size and muscle. The goal is generally, when people are talking about weight gain, is not to just put on weight, just to put on overall weight. There may be situations where that's the case, but for the most part, when people talk about wanting to gain weight, they don't want to gain a bunch of body fat, and I'm not an advocate of that at all. So when you do eat, you do want to eat good quality calories. I call it clean eating, and we can make a video later about what clean eating means, but quickly, it just basically means eating whole foods. Foods that were around 100 years ago, before all of the processed stuff came to the market, and just eat a lot of whole food sources. Dense carbohydrate foods like potatoes, rice, quinoa, pasta, whole grain pastas, oatmeal, cereal grains, lots of green leafy vegetables. If you're trying to gain weight, you have a lot of leeway. You can eat things like breads. You can eat a variety of different types of pasta. You have more leeway. Of course, you got to just pay attention to what resonates with you. If you're allergic to something, sensitive to something, of course, don't eat that. But what's really important is to just make sure, again, that you're eating bigger than bigger than what you're used to eating, because if you don't do that, you're not going to gain weight. And what I hear from people so often is that I eat, and I don't gain any weight. The problem with that statement, and whether you like it or not, is that it's just not a true statement. So what I mean by that is that if you were eating as much as you think you were, and maybe you think you are, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you what I hear. You think you're eating all the time and you're still losing weight. Where then do you think those calories are going? And what do you think is different about your body than everybody else's? Granted, you might have a high metabolism. I have a high metabolism. As I've gotten older, my metabolism has gone down. But, it's kind of, I'd say, normalized. But I do have to be more conscious of how I eat. But if you think that you're eating all the time and yet you're still losing weight, or you're just maintaining, where do you think all of those calories are going? So I think it's important to understand that what you think that you're maybe doing may not be the right mode of action for you. So my suggestion is to keep a food journal. Do that at least for 7 days. If you find that it's helpful beyond that, by all means do so. I mean, I've been doing nutrition and supplement programs for people, and just applying it to myself for longer than I can remember, and I still keep a food journal. There's plenty of apps out there that you can take advantage of to help you do that and make it really easy. For me, it's just kind of it's just a habit, and I like to reflect on things that work, and it also gives you some insight as to what doesn't work. But this way, when you do that, when you begin that, it's going to give you some insight as to actually what you are eating rather than what you think you're eating. And that's important. Once you know what you're eating, you can then, at that point, make those proper modifications that are going to help you to get to the weight that you want to be, or to the goal that you're trying to reach. But you've got to have that down. So that's step number one, and I think that's essential. And then at that point, then you start to just really, put a good nutrition plan together. And that may or may not consist of supplements. If it does, there's plenty of great supplements that can help enhance your results, help to speed the process up in a healthy manner. And you can utilize things like protein powders, weight gain formulations, and some other supplements that will help to give you your micronutrients and things of that sort, which I'm really a big promoter of, because I think that with today's foods, even whole foods, vegetables, fruits, and things like that, our soil's depleted, so we don't get all the nutrients that our body really require to operate at an optimal level. So, again, I rant on, and that's another video that I'll make. I try to keep these as concise as possible, so forgive me for ranting. I just get excited about a lot of this. But, yeah, so basically just, the truth is, yes, you do have to eat a lot, but you don't have to make it so that it's tedious. You don't have to hate the process. You can eat good quality, high dense, very nutritious foods that will help to get you there. And if you guys are interested in that, if any of you feel like that's a program that you are looking for and you need some help, you can always contact me. Again, this is what I do for a living, and I enjoy it. You can always hit me up on Facebook, or you can email me, text me, send me a message. I'm easy to get a hold of. Alright guys, I'm going to go work out, and after that I'm going to eat like crazy. Today's a high calorie day for me, so I'm going to eat I'm going to try to go for like 800 carbs, probably 250 grams of protein, and keep my fat grams under like 85 grams. So I'm probably going to take in close to 5,000 calories today. That's the goal for today, you guys. Set a goal for yourselves and be awesome always.